Every fighter who ever stepped into a ring believed they could win. That belief is what separates the ones who make it from the ones who never try. But belief alone does not guarantee victory. Odds do not lie. Records do not lie. And in boxing, the gap between a champion and a challenger is usually written clearly in the numbers before the first bell ever rings. These are not close fights that went the wrong way. These are moments where everything the sport thought it knew got shattered in seconds. The biggest upsets, the longest odds, the nights nobody saw coming. This is boxing's most unbelievable upsets ever. Fight 1, Buster Douglas versus Mike Tyson. Before we get to anything else on this list, we have to start here, because nothing in the history of professional boxing has come close to this.
The stage is set. We're set to go. Bob Sheridan here. You see Mike Tyson in the black trunks, traditional.
February 11th, 1990, Tokyo, Japan. Mike Tyson walked into the Tokyo Dome as the most feared man on the planet. 37 opponents destroyed. Careers ended with single punches. Men who retired from the sport rather than face him. The bookmakers set Douglas at 42-1. Some houses refused to take the bet entirely. This was not considered a real fight by anyone.
He's got it back together in the late portion here. Raising left hand, chopping right, misses.
Buster Douglas had every reason in the world not to show up. His mother had died 23 days before the fight. His ex-wife had left him. He was carrying grief that would have broken most people before they ever laced up a glove. Instead, he carried it into the ring and used it as fuel. Douglas outboxed Tyson for round after round. The jab, the movement, the reach, and a heart that nobody had bothered to measure because nobody thought it mattered. Then in the 8th round, Tyson found him. He got up at 9, and he went straight back to work.
Oh, nice uppercut by Buster Douglas. Look at this. He's knocked Mike Tyson down for the first time in his...
The most feared fighter alive had been beaten by the man nobody believed in. On the biggest stage in the sport, Tyson could not stand. He could not find his mouthguard. He could not find the arrow back. It was over. The greatest upset in boxing history, possibly in all of sports. Fight 2, Antonio Tarver versus Roy Jones Jr. 2. There is a question that changed boxing history. Tarver asked it directly to Jones's face before the first bell.
I love it. No, I've never saw it, but I would like to see it go often. Never seen it.
Roy Jones Jr. was considered one of the 2 or 3 greatest pound-for-pound fighters who ever lived. He had beaten everyone. He moved at a speed that other light heavyweights could not process. In their first fight, Jones had won a comfortable decision. The rematch was supposed to confirm what the sport already believed.
Neither is Tarver.
Neither man wants to go first.
For one full round, he looked exactly like the best fighter in the world. Then round 2 started. 35 seconds into the second round. One left hand. Jones never saw it. He went straight down and did not move for what felt like a very long time. Fight 3, Danny Garcia versus Amir Khan. Amir Khan had hand speed that most fighters in any division could not match. Going into this fight, he had beaten Zab Judah and Marcos Maidana and was being built toward an undisputed championship run. Danny Garcia was the hard-punching challenger from Philadelphia that the analysts expected would be outclassed from the opening bell. For 2 full rounds, the analysts were completely right. Khan was boxing beautifully, landing clean, moving well, making Garcia look exactly like the slower, less gifted fighter everyone had assumed he was. Then Garcia threw a left hook to the body. Khan rose, but he was not the same fighter who had been boxing so beautifully 60 seconds earlier.
Hey, you okay, man? You okay, man?
Garcia had not just won the fight, he had found the flaw that every opponent after him would spend years trying to exploit. Fight 4, James Kirkland versus Saul Ishida. Nobody gave Saul Ishida a real chance, not a serious one. Kirkland was the hard-hitting Texan with a puncher's reputation and serious professional management behind him. Ishida was the journeyman from Japan with a record that attracted no attention and a style that raised no alarms.
30 previous fights. Kirkland was proud as he was introduced. Kirkland arouses a lot of enthusiasm.
The opening 45 seconds looked exactly like everyone predicted. Then Ishida threw a counter right hand.
Last night by Kirkland obviously isn't covering or holding up.
He got up. The referee allowed it to continue.
His right hand. There it is again. Third to try to get up, and Cortez pushed him down. He stopped the Kirkland.
90 seconds. That is all it took. Reputation means nothing inside those ropes. The bell is the great equalizer, and Kirkland learned it the most brutal way possible. Fight 5, Alexander Povetkin versus Dillian Whyte 1. This is the one that made people watching at home genuinely lose their minds in real time. Dillian Whyte had already dropped Povetkin twice in the 4th round. The fight was effectively over in the minds of every analyst watching. Povetkin was 40 years old, hurt, and seemingly finished.
Whyte's got to keep those earmuffs tight to his temples. There it is.
He'll be looking to counter with that left hook, won't he?
Then Whyte dropped him a second time in the same round. Whyte walked into round 5 like a man going to collect what already belonged to him. Then the left uppercut.
1-2. He'll be a sucker for a shot from Povetkin there.
One punch from a man who had nothing left. It landed perfectly, and Whyte went down like something had been switched off inside him. One of the 5 most stunning single punches in heavyweight boxing history, and it came from a man who, by all logic, had nothing left to throw. Fight 6, Hasim Rahman versus Lennox Lewis 1. Lennox Lewis was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He had beaten Holyfield. He had beaten Tyson. He was widely regarded as the best heavyweight alive. Rahman was a credible but beatable challenger that almost nobody expected to win.
For the right. Looking for that lucky right hand shot. See, there's the right hand that I was telling you.
Bachman has a terrific.
The fight was held at high altitude in South Africa, a detail Lewis's preparation had not fully accounted for. Rahman noticed every bit of it.
Well, this is the kind of fight that we was here looking for.
Good little clip at the end.
You know, Lennox seems...
The undisputed heavyweight champion of the world was out cold on the canvas before he landed. One straight right hand. The title changed hands in a fight that most people had barely watched closely. That is boxing. That is exactly what makes this sport completely impossible to predict.
Oh, he's got him! He's got him! He got careless and isn't Oliver.
Fight 7, Liam Smith versus Chris Eubank Jr. January 21st, 2023. AO Arena, Manchester. Eubank was the heavy favorite. The name, the pedigree, the promotional backing, and a recent run of performances that had made him look like a genuine world-level operator. Smith was the experienced former champion from Liverpool that most expected to be competitive, but ultimately fall short.
Feet a little bit closer there. He's landed 2-3 in a row, and this is a good round for Eubank.
Smith did not read the script. For 2 rounds, Eubank looked exactly like the fighter everyone had backed. Then round 4 changed everything.
Opportunity to do his own work this time, though. Let's go with the left hand. Eubank punches a left hand again.
Eubank's legs went. Smith saw it before anyone else in the building did. The upset shocked British boxing and reminded everyone in the sport that names do not win fights. Liam Smith, at 34 years old, still had something to say. He said it loud. Every fight on this list had a favorite. Every fight had an underdog. The favorite had everything on paper. The underdog had something the paper could not measure. 2 people, 1 ring, no teammates, no clock, no second chances. Just the moment and what you do with it. The men on this list did not get lucky. They simply refused to lose. And somewhere right now, the next upset is being prepared. Subscribe. You will want to see it.